I'm having a hard time verbalizing the extraordinary symbolisms within your piece because you are my last Art of Seeing reading for this month, maybe ever, I don't know. And your symbology reflects the end of the world. I'm not saying it is the end of the world. I'm saying that according to your Art of Seeing, you are a Norse goddess named Sol. She rides a chariot of fire drawn by horses. Behind her is a man with a shield. His name is Fallen. And this shield separates the fire from earth so that the earth is not consumed in fire. This Norse mythological goddess speaks of a transfer of power and a battle, and how in this battle the earth ends. The world ends. That when this world ends, we go back to where we came from, and when we go back as way more powerful beings than before. Your Art of Seeing is telling you that you came here to go through a transformational process of water to fire. So you have this mask, and yes, this mask reflects many things, but this shift from water to fire is both a human emotional transformational aspect, but also it's a spiritual aspect, and it is part of our greater collective aspect as well. You had a brother, and the brother is associated with the moon, which we see at 12 o'clock. And you are the sun, named Sol, like solar energy. So your earth parents aren't your real earth parents. They're not your real spirit parents, should I say. Which is why you don't really get along with them that well. On the dream realm, I saw you last night. You were in a casket with two other sisters, and you were preparing one sister for death. These three sisters, on the spirit realm, I was buying a mask for one of the sisters to place over her face as we said goodbye to her. And this reflects a three-faced goddess, and how the three rabbits, the three hares, reflect time and a time shift, saying goodbye to an old time and saying hello to a new time. This ancient symbol and story of the three hares is why in the spirit realm I saw three sisters who were saying goodbye to one sister. It was saying goodbye to a time, a shift of time, like from Pisces to Aquarius. And when I awoke, a word was being written in my head, and it was Tahara, Tahara. And this is a Jewish word that reflects preparing a body for burial. And I didn't even know what it meant. I had to hurry up and write it down. So I'm very nervous talking about this because it feels so uncomfortable to me for some reason. The two towers that fell over, someone knew about it a long time ago. Look at the Nazi helmets that shows the number 11 falling over. Look at Supertramp album. It has 9/11 with two towers falling over, with the two towers. And the two towers falling is the two rabbit ears, a death of a time, a death of one of the rabbits. I don't know if the rabbits reflects reincarnation, the rabbits constantly chasing each other. Spirit tells me a lot of things about these rabbits, and it's a death, a permanent death of one of the rabbits. White rabbit equals 11. The two towers looks like the number 11 and looks like rabbit ears, and 9/11 is 9 plus 1 plus 1 equals 11. So people dressing up in a mask dates back to before medieval times when they used to celebrate something known as a carnival. And a carnival was always celebrated on 11/11 at 11 o'clock. So this 11/11, I believe, speaks of a time shift. you always see the white rabbit on Alice in Wonderland having a clock. This is time. Or the white rabbit, the scary white rabbit on Donnie Darko. He came from the future. And the white rabbit that Neo Anderson found speaks of time being an illusion. So the death of a rabbit is significant. And it's saying to you that some major changes are going to happen to not only you, but to the greater everyone on earth. Notice the white rabbit next to the horse that is pulling a chariot of fire. It's a little white rabbit. And this white rabbit symbolizes a stopping of time, that time has stopped. So there's 3 sisters, like the 3 rabbits. You're one of the rabbits. I want you to watch a couple of clips from The Last Memsy. The person who made The Last Memsy made The Lord of the Rings. And through many studying symbology, numerology, and geometry, The Lord of the Rings talks, Saruman is King Solomon, the Ring of Power, the 2 towers. There's a lot of symbols about a time shift and a new earth and things like that. So there's significant things that I was led to tell you about. It's something for us to think about, and I want you to think less about your personal life and more about these significant changes that are going to occur not only to you, but a lot of people around you.
I had a strange dream last night. I dreamed about a bridge. What kind of bridge?
If one of the rabbits died, we would need a bridge to connect the other 2 rabbits.
Really big. It's the whole universe. And you know what? It's gonna come right to our house.
That looks like Nimsy. How could she have Nimsy? That was 100 years ago.
Maybe she has spinners too, Noah. Maybe she didn't get what she was supposed to do. Maybe she needed a brother like you.
Like me, what for?
Because you're my engineer.
What do you mean you're engineer?
I mean I can't do it all alone, Noah. Noah, I have to look.
So we need a spiritual engineer to create a bridge, and this bridge is going to connect one of the rabbits that has died. And so what this means is a time has died. And in order for us to perpetuate and not end all things, the end of the world, there's this bridge that needs to be built, which is why you have a bridge and a pathway that's been cut in half from one sister to the other. I feel like I'm a messenger, just like The Last Memsy with the mandalas and this art that I'm creating, that we are creating together, is telling us some very significant truths that we need to awaken to, and that we need to really focus on creating something that if we don't, it's the end of the world. And I hate saying that because I don't like to perpetuate fear, but something's going on. Because on the spirit realm, the 3 sisters who were in a coffin, they were not dead, but they knew that one of the sisters was going to die, and we were preparing her by getting a mask for her to put over her face, to cover her face for that 11/11 event, the carnival. And then waking up and seeing Tahara in my head and not even realizing that it means preparing someone for death in Jewish religions. So if Svalin holds the shield between the sun, which is you, and earth, then earth is the person drinking water, and it looks as if water is going to be an issue, like almost like a tsunami or something like that. So this mask of water and fire is reflective of the 11/11 event of a battle between water and fire. According to Norse mythology, only 2 people will be left standing, 2 human beings. What I saw on the dream world does freak me out because the feeling that it gave me. But let's not think the worst. There is no such thing as death. We just need to obey what Spirit is trying to tell us and do what we must do. I'll try to give you more information as I am getting downloads. Follow the holy dove that is the center of the piece and listen to that voice, and that voice will lead us to our destiny, our divinity. The angel blocking the Holy Grail with her elbow reflects that we could avoid a catastrophe if we follow the holy dove, divine timing.